We got Keith Harvey Davis in the building, representing for, what was it, 1998?
No, I graduated in 97.
97. I mean, obviously, or honestly, there was a lot of controversy with a lot of people's comments on the last couple episodes for, the top three players in Columbia history and all that, Facebook, Instagram. So, I had to get somebody from the 90s to represent, and also someone who has a clear view of being on the bench in the early 2000s, 2010s, up until, was it 2014, I think it was. Right.
Yeah.
So, you've seen a lot of ball players come through, from your era and from the younger era. So your perspective means, a lot, kind of like how, it was with Rodney and Harold. So you're a person that can, help set this argument straight. But I want to ask you first to give me your introduction to Columbia basketball coming in your freshman year, or when you first moved here back in, I think it was at 90, whatever it was.
Yeah, I think I moved out here in like 93. I got to Columbia like the end of October, my freshman year.
You said, I remember speaking to you about this earlier. You said you went on the team. You was on the team, or you got cut your freshman year, right?
Yeah, I got cut freshman year.
Yeah, for it was a certain guy you got cut for, right?
Yeah, a guy named Chris Damasco, white guy. He's like comedian cat. He's well known though.
Cool. And then your sophomore year, you played for Jerry Holmes, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you explain to me what it was like there when you came in the tryouts? You kind of was a new guy. Everybody knew you should have been on the team the year before, and then you come in this year. Everybody pretty much knows you in the neighborhood for being nice. So kind of tell me what it was like that year, the sophomore year playing, and some of your teammates that was making noise in that league that year.
Yeah, my sophomore year, JV, it was me, it was Tim, Steve, Drew, Andrew Carter, this cat Ayudel, who was like probably one of the nicest guards that I knew that I played against. Carl Thompson, he was a freshman. He played JV. Ryan James, Nkosi Anderson. These just people I remember. This guy Daryl Lee from New York. He played JV as well. And I might be forgetting some people, but I don't know.
Shit, that was
pretty
good memory so far.
Fuquan Johnson played JV. I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, and you started?
JV, nah. Tim started. I probably started a couple games, but it was really Tim, IU till whatever happened with him, and who else? Nkosi, Ryan, and Steve. I think Stoop started.
Okay, so explain to me what it was like playing for Gerald Holmes, who I'm gonna have here on Monday. He's now the coach at Bloomfield. He used to be a JV coach at Columbia. What was it like playing for him?
I mean, it was cool. Like Holmes was cool for the most part. I ain't really had no issues with him. You know what I'm saying? I liked him more than Bailey. You know what I'm saying? I kind of wish that joke was our varsity coach, man. But Holmes was cool, man. I think because he was a guard, so he probably understood guards. You know what I'm saying? From my I haven't played like organized ball like that at Benedict's. We was probably just like we was a lot nicer than a lot of other teams, so our coach ain't really have to coach. You know what I'm saying? So we was pretty much doing what we wanted. 7th, 8th grade. Like my 7th grade coach got fired because like we beat the team by like 100 points and cats on our team was doing cartwheels and stuff. So in the middle of the game, so he wanted to get fired. You know what I'm saying? But nah, Holmes was pretty cool, man. He and I think the reason why I probably wasn't starting and stuff like that with him is because I ain't playing no D.
A little honesty for you, huh?
Huh?
I said a little honesty for you, huh?
No, I wasn't a defender. Like them cats, like Tim and them, they play defense. You know what I'm saying? They might not have been able to score, but you know what I'm saying. They was defenders though.
All right, and explain to me who the players were on varsity that year that were the best players in the school at the time.
That was Claude Semexant, Rashawn Reese, Dave, light skinned cat, David, I forget his last name. I think he was on that team. Paul Carter. I think Eric Fuentes. Eric Fuentes. Who else is on that team? That's all I remember. Oh, Henry Fun. I think Henry was playing varsity.
Okay. These are for those that don't know.
Oh, Aaron Lee. I think Aaron Lee played on that team too.
About 5 of those dudes that you just named. My guy Russell Carter went on Facebook, had a little argument with some of the younger guys that was on there. And about 5 of those names came up. You said Aaron Lee, Henry Fun. These are guys that he brought up as some of the best players in Columbia of all time. That he said would eat Jamil for lunch and Yvonne and those younger dudes for lunch. So he says, from and him and Andrew Carter. So why don't you explain to me what their games were and how they dominated? What were they? I mean, because if people are gonna name them the greatest of all time, what did they do? Were they all county type players? Were they nice off? I mean, kind of, how some players are better at the park than they are actually on the court and organized ball. Explain to me how these guys made such an impression for him, a younger guy who's my age, to bring him up.
I mean, I don't know, but if you talking about me seeing if I was to take Jamil or Yvonne or Dez, they could have went at it with anybody on those teams. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Rashawn was tough. I don't think he was better than Jamil. You know what I'm saying? I don't see many guards that I've seen in Columbia, which, like I said, I only been there, played with them 4 years. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. But I don't see how anybody could say that any of those cats is better than Jamila or Yvonne.
I got it. So your sophomore year, how'd that end up for y'all? Did y'all get to the county finals, or did y'all get knocked out by a team, or?
Yo, bro, when I tell you, when I played, I was there to stay out of trouble for the most part. I think we I think we lost in the counties. I don't think we went that far in the counties, JV. I could be wrong, but I don't remember going that far
Okay,
in the counties or whatever.
cool. So
The varsity, I think they went. They did good that year, I believe. I think I could be mistaken, but I think they actually beat Prep that year at Seton Hall Prep, I think, that year. Maybe 94, 95. I could be mistaken, but that varsity team was good, man.
was that, remember if they were like top 20 or?
Nah, like I ain't never paid attention to stats and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I
Cool.
just know, Seton Hall. Seton Hall is a big game. East Orange is a big game. Weekway was a big game for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So those games or whatever, like it said a lot. You know what I'm saying? So them beating Seton Hall, and I'm pretty sure. Like Holmes will tell you, but I think they beat Seton Hall that year. And
Bailey was the coach?
Rashawn put in a lot of work, huh?
Now, Ben Bailey was the coach?
Yeah, Bailey was the coach.
That must be known.
Bailey was. It was only him and Holmes and the drunk cat.
You remember his name?
Coach Booker, like
Coach Booker.
Booker. That's the cat I remember. I think he had like a Jerry curl or something.
Hilarious. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you come back your junior year. And junior year is a little different. You come up from being a sophomore, you're expected to produce, you know what I mean? You're a little older now. So you get to your junior year. Explain to me now who's on varsity and what their roles were.
Oh, junior year, I think that summer probably helped a lot because we all got we was tight, you know what I'm saying? We would go everywhere, start, playing ball together, whatever. So we was getting to know each other. So junior year, we was all on varsity junior year. I think Lee Morant and Eric Fuentes might have been the seniors on that team. And then the rest was all juniors, I believe, my junior year. So,
And go ahead.
yeah, So, it was more of us having fun. Like, I don't think Bailey ran any plays. He was just like, we just running all over the place out there. It was like a scramble defense, and you know what I'm saying? It was like scramble. We just trapping all over the place, and you know what I'm saying? And we might have had like 2 or 3 plays or whatever, but
Cool. So
I think Holmes was more the X and O cat. Like I think he was more the cat that knew like plays and stuff.
all right. So if you can recall, who was the high scorer on that team? Who was the go-to guy? Or was it more of a team effort type of thing?
Yeah, it was more of like a team thing. I don't think nobody was really like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like I said, the names come up. You got Tim Roberson. My man H named him as a top 3 of all time.
Tim was tough. Like I said, he had heart. He played D. He probably had high score for us a lot. He played D. Like he transitioned. He was out. Like he steal the ball. He played the lanes. He wasn't the type of cat that'll go get his own bucket necessarily. You know what I'm saying? He was more like transition, releasing and stuff. Eric was probably the person who they was trying to get a ball to, who we was probably trying to get a ball to for the most part. And that's it. Like I can't see who else it would be. You know what I'm saying?
Was Fran there that year or?
Was Franny there junior year? I don't know if Fran was there. He might have been there, yeah. Fran was there. Yeah, Fran was there junior year. I think he came from like Essex Catholic or something.
And That was like, did he play that year or?
I think yo, bro, like junior year is a blur too. Like I remember senior year for the most part, but yeah, I think Franny played junior year.
Okay, so let's skip to
But it
the.
was still going through. I think the plays because I think Eric got honorable mention that year, all county honorable mention. Eric Fuentes. So I
Okay,
think most of the stuff was going through him. Whatever.
cool. And how'd you do that year?
I mean, I did all right. I ain't do nothing special, I played my part.
All right, so let's go on to your senior year. Now your senior year, if I'm not mistaken, so it's you, is Tim Robeson, right?
Yeah.
Fran
Yeah.
is.
Fran is there.
Explain to me what happened. So when Fran came in, right? Was it kind of like because I remember the hype of him coming in when I was younger because his younger brother's one of my best friends. So he was coming in from SS Catholic. I remember it was like this kid's coming from SS Catholic. He's supposed to be nice. Was people like, was it like man, this guy's coming. He's supposed to be all right, but or was it kind of like, oh yeah, Fran is coming. He's gonna put us over the top.
I mean, they probably thought that like I just wasn't like beat for none of that, but I know Holmes and all of them was big on Fran. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, they was big on Fran. And Fran was nice. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He was catching the joint from the wing, ripping, taking his 2 steps and dunking on jokers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Fran was nice.
There's a rumor going around that I heard when I was younger about him smushing a beef patty in somebody's face that much. You know anything about that? Him
Nah.
smacking somebody with a beef patty?
Nah.
No.
Nah. I never heard it. Like I don't even see Fran doing nothing like that, but
I mean, his brother told me that, so.
I mean, Phoenix be bugging sometimes, man. But he might have. I don't know.
Okay, so now you got Fran. He's supposed to be like the go-to guy, right?
Yeah, Franny. Yeah, Franny could have. Yeah, he was like the go-to guy.
Who would
Well,
have been?
coming to senior year, it was kind of different because like I remember like I never felt comfortable at there because I never thought Bailey like really liked my game or whatever. So like even like the AUs and all that stuff, like they would take them cats, you know what I'm saying, to like play or whatever, and like I was stuck, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I remember I went to one camp and Franny wound up going to that camp too. And I remember I was like in my mind, I was like, yo, I'm gonna kill at this camp. You know what I'm saying? I knew Franny was there, but I was like, yo, I felt like I really had to show something. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then I wound up making that camp all-star team or whatever.
Hmm.
So then I remember like Bailey started communicating with me more after that. So I don't know if like coaches was talking to him, whatever. So then I felt like it was kind of like a change when I came into my senior year. So like some more plays was being called for me or whatever. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
You're
But Fran was the person that should have went out and got the bucket. Like he always had a mismatch. So he should have been the one getting the bucket. So
who were some of the tougher opponents that year? Now I recall one game. I think this is around the time where I started going to games. It was a Essex Catholic game. I think at Essex County. Um, that was in the you got I don't know what was that, the quarterfinals or something like that. You guys play
the
Essex
county.
Catholic? County.
Nah,
Okay.
we play Orange.
The Orange
We play
at
Orange at Essex County College, yeah.
okay. Y'all won that game or you lost?
Nah, we lost.
So explain, was that the game where the controversy happened at the end of the game?
Yeah.
All right, so explain to me what happened. Like, um,
Well, I think at the end of the game, I think we was up, like we went on a run or something towards the end of the game, and I don't know where the miscommunication was that they thought we was down one and we was actually up. You know what I'm saying? So when Orange inbounded the ball, Franny fouled the cat, like intentionally, like ran up and fouled him. So like that sent them to the line or whatever. So then at the line, I think he made one to tie it. And then the second one he missed, and then Duquan got the rebound and a putback in the end one. So that was pretty much the end of the game for us.
so you guys were winning, and so who
We
hit the
was
bucket?
we,
You
we
know?
were either winning or the game was tied.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I think we was up one, and he might have thought we was down one. So while we were, I don't know. I felt like, thinking back, I felt like we were still in our like little trap thing. You know what I'm saying? Little scramble thing or whatever. So I think when they inbounded the ball, Franny went up and fouled the cat. So everybody was like, no, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But then he went to the foul line and that was it.
Okay. And I could have swore that was Essex Catholic, though. Y'all didn't play Essex Catholic that year?
Nah, we didn't even play Essex Catholic that year. I think Essex Catholic played Shabazz that day because we would have won. We would have played, I think, the winner of that game.
Okay. Cool. So y'all ended up losing the Orange in the counties. I think y'all ended up having a pretty good year that year, though, right?
Nah, we actually did have one of the better years in like years for Columbia. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like even cats from like when I was a sophomore, people that was on that team came to that game saying that, you know, we had a chance to do something special. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. So y'all lose to Orange in the counties.
Mhm.
Um, can you recall who y'all lost to in the States?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Yeah, I remember. There's a lot of chat about that game too. Now, me knowing older dudes, I remember hearing, because you hear this all the time. Actually, it's not just back then. It's now. It was when I was in high school. It's whenever. We go certain places. Certain people show up. Certain people are a little intimidated, should I say? Um,
Yeah.
so I remember hearing that you guys go down to Elizabeth. Um, Sounds like you guys should have won that game, or you guys were better than them. But a couple of guys either froze up because they were scared to play in Elizabeth, or they froze up because they were just scared of the moment. Why don't you kind of explain what that was about?
I mean, it's a lot of games that you look at cats and you might see jokers missing layups in a layup line before the game and stuff like that. But Elizabeth, I don't feel jokers was scared in Elizabeth. I just think pride got a hold of cats in the Elizabeth game. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like this dude was actually cooking and the Joker didn't want to switch off of him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
mm,
Like whoever I just remember his name is number 5, whoever the hell that was that year. He was cooking or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we was
mm.
actually doing our thing. It was a good game. You know what I'm saying? But
Was that at
I just
Columbia or was that in Elizabeth?
it was at the done.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I just think, like I said, I think it was more pride. I think Ryan shouldn't have been doing that cat. Something I don't know. We should have went zone or something, but that joker was cooking. Whoever that forward was, I don't know. Holmes will probably tell you who it was.
Ryan, is that Ryan James?
Ryan James.
Okay. And how was what was his role kind of with that team? Was he younger than y'all, or he was in the same?
Nah, Ryan actually. I think even Ryan probably got varsity burn sophomore year. Ryan was probably playing varsity since he was a sophomore. Ryan was cool. He was a strong cat. You know what I'm saying? He played forward. He get boards. He wasn't really a scorer, but he was like a solid like role player. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And he played defense. Like he was like a quarterback, so you know he was tough. He played defense.
Is that the guy that got into it with Andrew Carter that year? With Drew? That we hear about?
He might have. He might have.
Like a fight in practice or something like that? No.
Yo, bro, like a lot of stuff. Bro. Like, look, I ain't pay. Like, if it wasn't serious, if it did happen, it wasn't nothing serious because I ain't pay no attention to it. You know what I'm saying? So if it did happen, it might have been on the low. But I thought Ryan and Drew was cool or whatever. Like
Okay.
they used to hang around with the same people and all that. So I just figured they was cool. So
All right, cool. You guys lose to, was that the first game you guys lost to Elizabeth? Was that the first, or y'all won?
nah. It was like I don't know if it was the semifinals or whatever. But we played like two teams already, you know what I'm saying, to get to play Elizabeth.
Okay.
So I think we played like Caldwell. We beat like Caldwell and somebody else.
All right, cool. All right, so that pretty much sums up. That was it for Columbia, right? Um, so I kind of want to get into some of this other stuff that's been going on lately. So as you know, now I want you to explain to everybody what everyone's role was and clarify who these people were that whose names is actually coming up in these conversations, man. Because a lot of times, no disrespect to them and no disrespect to anybody, but sometimes, people will name somebody who's, well, man, guy averaged 2 points a game or something like that, and say that he somebody who's averaging 25 points a game for lunch, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I do know the errors is a little different. Coaching was a little different. You know what I mean? I think Seton Hall prep was a lot tougher back then than they were by the time Jamil and Yvonne. I'm only bringing up people because their name, consistently comes up as the top players, right? So give me your top three that you could think of at the top of your head as far as guards. Let's go to Columbia.
My top three well, it's a difference between who I think is my favorite or who I really think is like the best guards. You know what I'm saying? Because my top would be Justin Martin.
Okay. For everybody that doesn't know, it's Justin Martin, 2012, I think, or 2012, I think it was, or 13, one of those. But definitely, I mean, he's one of my favorites as well. But
yeah, and I ain't like I said, I ain't see Jamil play that much. Like I was out the loop for a little bit. I did come back and work out with him, and I knew he was tough when I came back to work out with him. I might have saw like 1 or 2 games of him, but I would hear about him. You know what I'm saying? But from what I seen, I would put him up there. I would put, and then it would be like a toss up between, like, to me, Dez and Yvonne. But I don't think I wouldn't put nobody from like my era and them up there with them cats. Like men on the men's side, like Stacy was nice as a guard. You know what I'm saying? Stacy Townsend was nice. So like it would be those, but I can't see another guard. Especially because I think my era, them guards ain't take basketball serious either. So I can't see how people would really try to say they was like the best to come through and they ain't even take basketball that serious. I mean, Rashawn was nice. But I can't say he really took. He probably didn't have the grades to go any further. But I would have took Jamil over Rashawn Reese too, and Justin over Rashawn Reese.
I mean, Justin Martin is definitely one of my favorites, man. I mean, you talking about guards that can control a game, you know.
No, that's what I mean. Because Phoenix was tough, but like if you talking about, I didn't really see him play that much at Columbia. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him once or twice, but I can't say that he would control the game at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, these dudes are definitely game changers, man. I know because I coach Just. You know, he's definitely one of my favorites, bro. Your name has come up. Your name probably came up out of the 3 or the 4 people I interviewed as one of the top 3. You know, you got like an infamous move everybody knows you for is the up fake. You know what I mean? So I mean, as far as like putting everything together, I know like first of all, did you play the point or did you play the 2?
I played the point and the 2. You know what I'm saying? When Carl was in, I played the 2. When he wasn't in, I played the point. What Tim played. You know what I'm saying? It was really, we had like 3 guards for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So I hated the point, but you know, I played it because I had to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But really, Carl would play the point. When we were both in the game, he would pretty much run the point.
Okay. Now, who are the 3 best big men?
Claude, to me, Claude would be this men, right? Because if you're talking about Columbia, then Jazz would have to be one of the best. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how many. It probably wasn't many big men at Columbia that could freaking make left-hand layups.
Well, Claude was left-handed, wasn't he?
That's what I mean. But nah, I don't know how he did with his right hand. But Claude was tough.
Yeah, no, the women is a separate conversation. Honestly, I don't even really know how too many men even compare to them because then you start talking about TOCs and dominance.
I'm not talking about none of it. I'm just talking about like straight up as a big body.
Jazz
like,
was a big man. I thought she was like I thought she was a 3. No,
Jazz was like they power forward.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Jazz. Well, Claude would be a one to me. Maurice Hunter would be another big man that he should have went a lot further than he did. You know what I'm saying? And
Paul Carter.
Paul was just too nice. Like if he had a mean streak, I think he would have lit people up. But Paul was just too nice. Claude was like the aggressor on that team. You know what I'm saying? Paul was like, he played this role. You know what I'm saying? He could jump his ass off, but I don't even remember seeing Paul dunk on anybody. And he was tough. I think he was just too nice. He was like a cool cat. You know what I'm saying? But Claude was like probably one of the best big men I've seen.
All right. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to fill in the blank. All right. So first question I'm gonna ask is, or the first sentence I'm gonna state is, the best player that Keith Harvey ever played against in a game at Columbia was.
Probably maybe Kaka from East Orange.
You guys beat East Orange?
Nah, Nah, we ain't be. And honestly, I think them cats, like, I don't see, like, them jokers was probably, like, because Kaka, like, 4 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know, like, how, like, these jokers, man, like, I don't know if you remember, like, I don't know if you ever heard, but Weekway, and that was my man that played for Weekway, Cat Walter, that joint made the paper because he was like 21 or something.
Oh
or
yeah, I
22.
think I heard about.
Yeah, and we played Weekway, and he up there, he had like 25 on us. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted to forfeit the game. And he was tough. But Kaka from East Orange was probably one. Mufi played for Weekway. He was tough. And I don't know how he was there my junior year. And the two cats from Seton Hall Prep, man, them two guards that was in the backcourt. I think one went to Buffalo and one went somewhere. Those I forget their names. But my senior year, Brandon played too. Brandon played.
Freshman?
Yeah. I think he might have been a freshman or a sophomore, but Brandon played for Seton Hall Prep too, and he was tough.
Okay. The funniest thing I've ever seen happen to a teammate is
Damn, there's so many, man. I ain't want to say that one.
the audience wants to hear it, my brother.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that one. That's my man. Well, the funniest thing I saw, one of the funniest things I saw was one man was about to beat Bailey up in the middle of the game.
Beat Bailey up in the middle of the game? The coach?
Yep.
Who was it?
My man Stoop.
Stoop. I never heard that.
Man Stoop. Man Steve. Like.
Oh, okay. Steve. Right.
Man Steve. Yeah, man. Like that's why I said, like, I don't know what's going on with Bailey, man. Because honestly, Steve could have been like one of the best cats. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He was a big guard. He had mad handle. He could shoot with both hands. He could pass and all that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I don't know what was going on, but Bailey wasn't putting him in the game, man. And that cat he got up like right off the bench, and he approached Bailey. He's about to knock him out, man.
Did Bailey put him in the game?
Nah, that was it. Like he wound up leaving, but he was about to hit him.
Yeah, it gets emotional up there.
And the funny thing the funniest part was, you know how Bailey pushed up his glasses. So it's kind of like he was surprised, like he didn't really know what was going on. But then I see him push up his glasses and stuff. Like, yeah, I was dying.
That's crazy.
I was hot because that's my man. But that was funny when I saw him. I couldn't help myself when I saw Bailey push his glasses up.
Okay.
But that was funny. Like, I ain't gonna say the other thing because that's my man.
All right. The best dunk I've ever seen when I was playing for Columbia was
Mufi from Weekway. We was playing Weekway at home, and then they had an out of bounds play, and you just hear somebody I don't know if it was his pops or somebody just said Mufi like hammer time or something. So that joke they just threw the ball up, and that joker just cranked it, like shook the whole gym.
Was it on somebody?
All other 9 people that was on the court. Like, you know? Yeah, man.
All right. One crossover that comes to mind when I played for Columbia is
Well, I snatched on somebody when I played Union, and the Joker almost slid under the scores table.
you remember who that was?
Now I don't remember who the dude was, but I don't remember who the dude was, but it was like right past half court, and I snatched it, and the dude slid.
Did you guys beat Union?
Nah, we lost to them too, man. Like Union was a pain in the neck. Matter of fact, I think my junior year we might have lost to Union in the states or something. Because I remember they had this tall cat.
50th time in Columbia history?
Huh?
I said for the 50th time in Columbia. What is it about Union that Columbia just can't beat them? Jamil and them even lost to them.
Yo, bro. Honestly, our issue was rebounding. Like the tallest cat on Maurice was lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like if Maurice really he didn't care about basketball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if he really he was probably a sophomore my senior year, I think. And he was nice enough to like really start and put in work. You know what I'm saying? But Maurice ain't really care. And then and Kosi was like our center and Steve Witherspoon. But we really didn't have big men like that. Like and Kosi like 6'1". And freaking the teams we playing, they got like 6'5" cats, you know what I'm saying? Like multiple. Like Seton Hall, like I think Tony L was playing with Seton Hall at that time. You know what I'm saying? So they had like all these big men. So it was more like rebounding for us, like because we would be in a lot of our games because we scrambled. Like our guard play was all right, but it was just like boards and stuff. And that cat from Union, he was like 6'5", 6'6". I think his last name was like Skeet or something. Darius Skeet or something like that.
Yeah. What do you think it is about now when we were coaching? I mean, when we were coaching, right, I would say that we kind of maybe we did reach our potential. We had three, we was there 4 years. We had three top 20 teams, right? We upset some teams, lost 3 times in the county semifinals.
Yeah.
Do you think like I know back in the day, especially, can you compare that time to what was different? Like, do you think like back in the day, it was kind of like Columbia always, no matter what it was, they always underachieved. It was like a damn curse. And when we were there, we beat the Prep twice. Do you think? Can you compare what it was like when you were coaching there to when you were playing, or from what you've seen in the past having the Columbia teams?
Yeah, I think over the years, I think even though like the administration might not have took basketball as serious, you know what I'm saying? But like the coaches, I think they took it more serious. I think because I don't remember even being able to shoot around after practice. You know what I'm saying? When I was there, you know what I'm saying? Like we had to get on up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think and even if it was available, the players on the team probably ain't take it that serious to want to stay.
Want to do it? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think once it happened, like my years, it was all about the girls' teams anyway. You know what I'm saying? They had the whole school to themselves. They could go there whatever they wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I just think even these kids, they started seeing. I think it started getting to Columbia like basketball is a way out. Like, where I came from, like basketball was a way out to us. When I got to Columbia, like basketball was kind of like extracurricular. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really about they on a team to get their letter or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really like they was trying to really make no noise because jokers was doing whatever they wanted to do after. Like,
I mean, yeah, I see that too. Desmond also said that, and so did Rodney. But when you look at a team like Seton Hall Prep, you know, they don't necessarily have players that are starving, looking for it as a way out in life. But they do have that mental toughness that Columbia didn't have sometimes.
no, but they're bred to play basketball, those cats. Like, you go in there to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? People was at Columbia and tried out for the team. But you know what I'm saying? Them jokers go to Seton Hall to play basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Most definitely. But
But I mean, and the coaching is different, bro. Like I would hear other people tell me stuff like on the sidelines about like how people are coaching me. You know what I'm saying, during the games. Like, I ain't really pay no attention to that until I got to college, and like once my college coach like had those talks with me and was telling me about like trying to utilize me the best way, I was like, damn, I wish I had this green light when I was, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because I was probably the best shooter on our team, but I didn't care about scoring. You know what I'm saying? I was more like, all right, y'all want me to pass the ball down low? I'll pass the ball down low. Mind you, the people down low was like 6'1". Just too, but you know.
So I mean, yeah, so it's kind of like that same thing with Columbia over and over again. We came there, we tried to break it, but it's pretty much the same thing. You get like a team, you get a program that doesn't really care too much about basketball. Like if you see the difference with the women or with the girls team, you have Miss Wright. They pretty much run South Orange Middle. You know
That's
what I
what I
mean?
mean, bro. Like,
We was getting kicked out. We were playing Seton Hall Prep, and this is one of the arguments I had with the athletic director that probably, caused to him trying to get rid of me. But the guy schedules. We get the what were they called again? The flag team or something like that. The color.
yeah, that
We
joint,
about
it
to
was
play
just
Seton Hall Prep
ridiculous.
in the counties for his semifinals, and we're getting kicked out of the gym for the color guard or whatever the hell they were. I don't even know what the name of the team is. But how is that possible, bro? That's not how. And then we gotta, and us as coaches, right? We gotta compete. That's why I think what we did was so good. It was like it's crazy because we got to compete with Eastside. We got to compete with Seton Hall Prep. These are teams that we beat.
Mm-hmm.
Play St. Anthony's, bro. How the hell we play St. Anthony's? We play Seton Hall Prep, and we can't even get time in the gym in the summer. We can't get time. How are we going to compete with these teams? We just show up in November, and you don't want to give us a proper practice time while we're there.
Yo, bro, and that's the thing, like, and that's what's all I feel always been wrong with Columbia, bro, and that's why, like, I wasn't really beat on even coming back, even after I left. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, politics, you know what I'm saying, and like you start seeing the influence that parents have over the programs. You know what I'm saying? And then the messed up part is these cats be feeding into it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you feed into it, and you got parents telling their kids not to take a charge and stuff like that. Like, that's ridiculous. Like how you going to tell them to do that and think they're going to go to the next level? Like, you really think you saving them for the next level? Like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? And the athletic director, and I'm pretty sure I told you this about the meeting I had with him, and he pretty much was saying that it ain't about the winning. You know what I'm saying?
About what?
Winning. Like, they couldn't say the reason for like letting you go was winning or not. So they had to find another reason. You know what I'm saying? Because we were winning.
Yeah, I agree.
So you know what I'm saying? So it had to be outside influences. You know what I'm saying? It had to be, and that's wrong. Especially the fact that they wouldn't even let us play the game for us to win the damn conference. Like, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't let us get the makeup game. Like, that's crazy.
How does that happen?
That's what I mean. So, like, how do you explain that? And I think that's been like behind the scenes with Columbia for years. Like that same flaw was there when I played in '97.
Yeah, it's that same attitude, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, but
You know, but it could be so much better. But the attitude around everything else has to change. You can't just be like, you know, I tried to change the culture, try to change the attitude, but they want it to be a hobby and not a I don't know, a career for some of these young dudes, or they don't want to help, and it's crazy because we got so much talent.
that's true. But kids feel that too. Like, you don't think the kids feel that, like, oh, we gotta play in a small gym and you got gymnastics or the YMCA in the main gym? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, your varsity team is in a small gym and you got gymnastics or the Y in the main gym before damn conference final game or whatever we was trying to prepare for. And JV and varsity had to share that court. You know what I'm saying?
That shit is crazy. I mean, yeah, it's crazy because like you said, they just don't like. It's frustrating when you don't get it. The main priority isn't winning. Like, I don't understand that. Like, how could you have a sport where there's more important things than women? Now, there are more important things than basketball, and there are more important things than winning, right? But not those things that they were talking about. You know what I mean? It makes it hard to have a program. And then coaching in Linden this past year, that's a public school. And, Dreha was the coach over there. He's making fun of me for certain stuff I'm saying. Like, he's like, you know what I mean? He's like, I mean, this isn't Columbia, man. You could do this over here. Like, bro, they don't care. My athletic director wants me to win. He'll give me the tools that I need to be dominant to win. You know what I mean? Don't worry about that type of stuff over here. It's not like that. And that's crazy. And that is why they consistently are on top. Because, I mean, if you look, as far as public schools go, I mean, Columbia has more talent going through there than, or as much talent as anybody else, man. And there's no reason why we shouldn't be like an East Side or a perennial if we're not, at least where we were, right? Now, had he given us the tools to do what we wanted to do, then we would have been a little bit, maybe we could be up there with the East Side. But, I mean, we were a tier lower than the East. The reason I'm saying East Side is like a perennial TOC, right? So they're perennial top 5, top 10, right? We were, when I was there, I can say that we were perennial top 20 teams because we were there 4 years and we were in the top 12 twice, in the top 10 once, and 3 out of the 4 years that we were there. You know what I mean? And even H, my man, alluded to that. He said it was more of a program when you were there. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? So.
But, and another thing is, I don't really know about like your year when you were coming up in there, but my years from when I was there, none of us wanted to represent Columbia. Like, we didn't feel no, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we wanted to go to Columbia to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like just look at like maybe Franny. He probably wanted to go to Essex Catholic or wanted to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But however it happened, he wound up playing for Columbia. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be at Benedict's. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? This is probably like you probably didn't want to go to Columbia. I'm not sure if you wanted to go to Columbia, but if you did, then that shows something too. Like you wanted to go to Columbia.
I can't lie, like, you know what I mean? Because, coming out of 8th grade, 7th grade, I could have went anywhere I wanted. St. Pat's.
So you wanted to go to Columbia.
I wanted to go to Columbia for my friends. I wanted to play basketball even after high school. I didn't want to play basketball anymore because I wasn't with my friends. Sounds crazy. You know what I mean? But I really only cared about my group of people that I was with. Even when I was in Columbia, I didn't really care too much about the other classes or people. Like, you know what I mean? I really, like, when I got to my junior and my senior year, I really wanted to win. When I was a sophomore and freshman playing varsity, I wanted to win, but you know what I mean? It kind of felt like I was like a outsider there. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was, well, this is Dez and John and them teams. So I just like kind of how you said you was going on with emotions. I had no emotional connection. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't went in there representing myself. Like, okay, I'm gonna play defense. I'm gonna do what they tell me to do because I don't want to disappoint the people on the team around me. But you know what I mean? It's not like when we did lose, you know what I mean? I cared. But it wasn't the end of the world for me like it was my junior and my senior year when we lost, you know what I mean, it took more of a toll on me. And I was the guy, you know what I'm saying? So I mean my senior year, so like when we lost, it was kind of like, oh, I didn't do my job, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I don't know. Well, from what I hear people talk, like people wasn't even thinking about Columbia till like those years that we was there, like maybe like 95 on. That's when people outside of Columbia even thought about Columbia. You know what I'm saying? So
not only that, I kind of want to touch on something with you too, because I feel like this. Like, what do you think it is? Do you feel like an extra hate for Columbia outside of like Maplewood, South Orange, or outside of like from other schools and from? It just feels like even outside of basketball, just people, period, they just don't like us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or they don't like maybe what they think we represent, possibly, because you know what their whole stereotype probably is in the first place. Like, what do you think that's about? Like, because I do know it's like it's a little deeper than even rivalries with us. Like, dudes would really like to like pound us on the court and off the court. Like, they really want to, like, you know what I'm saying, give it to us when we go places or like, you know what I mean? What you think that's about?
I mean, I think it's a lot of people like that probably was at Columbia that was doing corny stuff when they went outside of Columbia. You know what I'm saying? To put a bad name on it. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think like if first of all, everybody look at Columbia and South Orange, Maplewood, any other city looks at it as you in the suburbs, you living good, just stay like that, right? They don't think there's any tough people up there or whatever, right? So if you come outside of there, you act tough, they like, don't you go to school at Columbia? Like, why are you acting tough? You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you might be able to kick their ass is even worse because now you got to say you got your ass kicked by somebody from Columbia. You know what I'm
saying? What was the perception of like? Because you one of those people that actually, even when I hear you talk, honestly, man, I hear you speak, like, you're one of the few, I mean, you might be the only person, honestly. I hear you talk as an outsider first, kind of. Like, you kind of talk like you didn't even go to Columbia. Kind of, like, your first sentence is like, well, like, you know, for instance, like, I know, like, if me and my friends are talking, I'm like, well, you know, we, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how it is for us. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When I hear you speak sometimes, it's kind of like, well, you know, them Columbia dudes. You kind of seem like a person that happened to go to Columbia. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, because, I mean, that's what it was. Like, I was forced to go to Columbia. You know what I'm saying? I had to move from my situation, and I came up there. You know what I'm saying? So it was weird to me when I came up there because I came from an area where it was a lot of stuff going on and moved real fast or whatever. And I didn't want to be around that. You know what I'm saying? So when I came up to Columbia, I just thought it was going to be like, you know, you see on TV. You know what I'm saying? But then when you see people there acting crazy, you look at them like, why are you acting crazy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. So I didn't associate with a lot of that stuff that was going on. With, you know, some people felt like they might have to try to prove themselves or lying and saying they from places that they not and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just disassociated myself with a lot of it. So a lot of that stuff that was going on with, because anybody that came up there from anywhere outside of South Orange Maplewood, like, I was always cool with. I never had any problems with people outside of South Orange Maplewood. And maybe because I didn't act like, I don't know, but I just never did. And the people that I was around really didn't have issues like that either. You know what I'm saying? It'll be other cats that was going other places doing craziness and then it coming back to the school or to Memorial or to the rec or something. You know what I'm saying? But
kind of explain that though, like explain to people like what it was like. Like, so it's crazy because it's like you got Memorial, right? And you got Columbia. Memorial is probably associated with Columbia. But it's kind of a place for like everybody. It was kind of like, I mean, honestly, it was the most popular park that I went to, and I went to a lot of places, right? We used to talk about how we used to get 4 or 5 people, go places and play ball, right?
yeah.
And I was everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Jersey City, not too many places in Newark actually, but everywhere else. You know what I mean? Montclair, Jersey City, East Orange, you know, anywhere there was an open gym, I went to, like, you know what I'm saying? Or we went to. And Memorial was kind of like it seemed like a melting pot. People from
Yeah,
everywhere
it
used to go
was.
there. Like, you know what I mean? Was it like that when you first moved over here, or?
You know, it's, yeah, yeah. Well, nah, let me not say yeah, because it might have been like my freshman year and my sophomore year, but I was out of the loop. Like, I would still always go back down the hill to do whatever. So I wasn't really around, like, to even pay attention to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But definitely like my sophomore summer and junior summer, you start seeing it because a lot of us was from out of town anyway, so it'll be people from our neighborhoods coming up there to play ball too. You know what I'm saying? So then it'll be like people that was from Irvington would come up, people from Vauxhall, people from North, they all come up or whatever, and then it was like a zoo in there. So you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it would start like, and I mean, people would get up early in the morning. Like, we was start making our way down to Memorial like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Damn.
Because we would start playing. We would play with the old heads at 7. We would start playing with the old heads at 7. You know what I'm saying? And then around probably like 10 o'clock or something, like people, it would start getting like people like our age and stuff start coming. You know what I'm saying? And then that's just how it was. It was crazy. But you have people from all over the place.
All right, I got one
And
more
nice people,
feeling.
not just people. It was like nice people. People with names was coming out there.
I got 2 more questions for you. One more fill in the blank, since we're on the Memorial thing. The craziest thing I've ever seen at Memorial is
Damn, bro. Like, I seen so much craziness in Memorial, bro. I mean, you know, a lot of fights happen at Memorial. So I've seen fights at Memorial, but I seen the cat. All right, the craziest and funniest thing at the same time is it was these cats beefing, like talking all this smack to each other, whatever, right? Talking real tough. So the dude was acting like he was going to get something out of his bag. So he's like, "Yeah, I got something for your ass or whatever." So he started walking. Yo, and Franny and all them, I think Drew might have been there. All them cats was there. So he talking like, I got something for you. So he started walking to his bag like he had something in his bag. So boy was like, oh, word? Oh, you got something? So dude ran to his bag. So then the dude just pick up a towel and start wiping his bag. Yeah. Oh,
the
man.
original dude that was going to his bag.
The one who said I got something for you and all that. Like, he tried to pump fake him. My man ain't bite. He went straight for his bag. And the Joker took his towel and started wiping his head.
What was the reaction? Everybody started laughing, or the dude
everybody started dying, and even old boy was like, "Yo, like a clown," like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But that joint was hilarious. Yeah, everybody knows, and that dude, he was like one of the older heads too.
From Colombia?
Nah, he was older than us, so I don't know if he went to Columbia before us, but he probably had like, I mean, we was in high school, so he probably was like 26 at the time or something. He was an older head to us, but that was the funniest thing ever.
Now I just need your top 3 players at Memorial, because that's a whole nother animal. You know what I'm saying? That you would consistently see at Memorial.
Like my favorite players, or who I think was the one would have had to be Eric Tasker.
Who?
Eric Tasker. He was older than us, but matter of fact, I brought him to for your game. He played with me in that game at the South Orange Middle. I mean, at Maplewood Middle in your classic. E.T. He is one of the nicest cats that I knew. Him and Daryl or whatever. He those two was probably the nicest. I don't know. There was so many people that came up there, bro. Like, but E.T. was always like one of my favorite people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I took like his spin move and all that. Like, he was one of my favorite people.
Now, Phoenix has to be in that top 3 on that Memorial. No?
I wouldn't put Phoenix over Fran. Like, Fran was doing whatever he wanted at Memorial. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Franny would be over Phoenix in Memorial. Like, Phoenix was tough, but I wouldn't put him over Fran. And like I said, Phoenix, he definitely is like one of the nicest cats I seen play or whatever, right?
Mm.
But he wasn't doing nothing with Fran. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
At any level like Phoenix was at, he wasn't doing nothing with Franny. Like at Franny,
Fran had more handle than Phoenix too?
Nah, he ain't needed. Like, Fran had a first step. He had a first step. He pump fake. He had you know what I'm saying? He'll dunk that joint. He could shoot a little bit. He'll post you up. He'll cross you when he want it, but Franny ain't needed. Like Phoenix, I don't know if he going to admit it, but I showed them the up fake. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one who told him how to do that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Phoenix, he definitely was tough though. Like, because I would take him anywhere and he put in work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's how I knew he was like official. It wasn't just Memorial. Like, I would take him other places and he put in work. You know what I'm saying? And wasn't scared. So Phoenix would definitely be up there. Who else was nice? Claude, of course. Claude was doing what he wanted.
Claude, from what I understand, also not too many people that were getting in his way of what he wanted without suffering the consequences.
Yeah, he was bullying, but he could also shoot too. Like he was nice. He was nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just like he was trying to shack you and bowl you over, because it ain't like he was dunking on nobody. But he like he could really shoot.
Yeah, man, you hear a lot of stories about that guy breaking jaws and shit.
Yeah, man. He Claude, man. Like I had to stop. It was the moment where I was like, yo, I ain't even going with him no more. We almost got killed out in Harlem, man. So I said I ain't mess with him no more.
Oh, Claude?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I think you told me that. So you guys went out to Harlem or something like that, and he got into it with somebody, and they pulled
Yeah,
out
man.
something.
Yo, listen. All I gotta say is, man, and this for the youngest that's watching this, right? Don't go with nobody nowhere that claim they from somewhere and don't have no type of respect where they take you. You know what I'm saying? Because the Joker that brought us out there couldn't have saved us if he wanted to, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if that dude really and honestly, you could ask who, I think Franny was there. You could ask Phoenix to ask Fran. The Joker's out there like me. And I believe that might have been one of the reasons that probably saved us, because the Joker who brought us out there, the dude that was about to get at Claude, the dude tried to say something to him, and the dude was like, man, your punk ass, you already know what I'll do to you. Yeah, we out there in Yonkers or something, like, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the projects, like in a gate, inside a gate. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing we could have did.
So what happened? You just decided to
Nah, the dude went to his car and everything. It was some other cats that shot us some belt. You know what I'm saying? Because Claude was beefing over a Nex or something, and he was trying to like say like, nah, we got Nex. Like I don't care what y'all talk about, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the dude was just kind of like, what? Like, y'all ain't even from out here. Like, what you talking about? So I was like, but Claude, he was a loose cannon. Like, it ain't like, and he not one of them cats that wouldn't do something. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Like,
I
he
know.
would really fight. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it ain't like he one of them cats that'll say something to get you into something and then he bail on you. Like, he would really, like, it wasn't like he was going to back down. So we'd have probably really got trashed out there.
That's crazy. Hold on. So that was when was that? 90s or
That was 90s. That was
oh,
90s.
so you
We
talking
used
about
to, now we used
Giuliani
to go to
years?
Morgan in the morning. And then sometimes we, like, right after that little break, you know what I'm saying, when it get hot, we go out to Yonkers or something to play ball, and then come back to Memorial U like later on, like get back like 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Is that what it? Is that are those like I know Memorial was one, but when you were coming up, or when you going to Columbia, what were some of the areas that y'all went to, or places to go play ball with? Because I know it's crazy. Like you, Phoenix, maybe a couple more people. Like when I go somewhere with you in Phoenix, it's like everybody knows you. It's like
Mm-hmm.
y'all, your reputation like precedes you wherever you go. Like I can go to Phoenix to I don't know somewhere in Union County somewhere, and people will be like, "Oh, that's Phoenix." Have like a fear or like a respect for them. And the same thing for you. I can go anywhere and like, "Oh, Keith, what's up, man? That's Keith. Yo, that's Keith." You just get love everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people. I know a lot of places. I've been everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that type of respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we used to go all over the place. Like, I came up in Newark, so I would still always go down there. We would go to Union County College. We go to Seton Hall, inside Seton Hall, and play inside of there. Gail used to always get us in the gym. She used to work the calendar at Seton Hall University. We go up to Livingston. You know what I'm saying? We would go down to Carver.
Where's that?
Some of us in North, some of us would go to Carver. And then then around my old way, Flag, we would come to Flag. I'll bring some of them cats to Flag to play inside of there too. But yeah, we go anywhere, man. Like, as long as we knew it was anywhere except Montclair. I can't stand Montclair, yo. I just want to go to Montclair.
Yeah, Montclair.
We go to Central 5 in Union.
That's funny.
Yeah, Central 5 in Union. We used to go up in there.
Did you ever have problems up there? Because they hate Columbia. I'll tell you that.
Nah, I didn't. I never, like I said, man, I don't know. Like, I just used to stay out the way, man. We Mount Vernon, Ivy Hill, we used to go there. But nah, I never had problems nowhere I went. Like, and most of the people that I was with, I only traveled with like a couple of us, so we was pretty much cool everywhere we went. Cause we was ballers, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't coming none of that other stuff. Like, if they knew we was from Columbia or whatever, a lot of the places they might have known that we just went to school in Columbia. They didn't feel that we were from up there. You know what I'm saying? So it was probably they probably looked at it differently too.
Okay. Now you named two from Memorial. I just need one more. Ish.
Ish got nice at Memorial. Yeah. Ish got nice.
What happened? Did Ish play with y'all, or was he in your year?
Nah, Ish was a couple years underneath me.
Did he play?
I think him and Keith Middleton was in the same year. Cause Keith Middleton played. I think he was on the varsity team too, my senior year. Keith Middleton. I think Ish might have. I don't know if Ish played my senior year, but yeah, I know Keith Middleton was there. I don't know too many people like my man
wasn't there a kid from Irvington, a dude from Irvington used to come up there, he was nasty. Well, a couple of dudes. There was this dude named Mook, I know that for sure.
Mook was tough. Yeah, Mook was tough. You talking about dark skinny cat.
Yeah, he had the handle, right?
Yeah, Mook was tough.
He's probably number one on my list. He was the only person I ever seen that Memorial better than Vinny. He's the only person too that almost made me fall.
That's probably why you put him above Phoenix.
Not just that, it was crazy, bro. This dude was doing stuff.
Nah, Mook was tough. I remember Mook.
Was he in your era or not?
See, I don't know what grade he was in. He might have been, but because I used to play with him too over on Grove Street. He from over there, like in Irvington by Grove, by the school or whatever. I knew him, but like we never really spoke about that because I always looked mad young. You know what I'm saying? So he might have thought we was in the same grade, but I might have been a senior. He might have been like a sophomore or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I think he was younger than us.
You never seen him play on a court before, on a high school court?
I think the Mayor's tournament. I seen him play back at Irvington High. I think I seen him play there, but not officially for high school. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Mook was tough. But like I said, man, like Eric Tasker, Darryl, I guess you could say Phoenix, Fran. they was tough, but Claude pretty much did what he wanted down there. Couldn't nobody stop Claude.
Did you tell me a story one time about Claude? Was that you? I think it was about some Vauxhall dudes or something.
Yeah, I wasn't there though. I wasn't there.
Because he used to bully everybody, right? And then it wasn't really.
Yeah, I wasn't there. Like what happened was we was coming from somewhere. My man Tim, we had to go to. We was going to Memorial, but we had to go somewhere for my man Tim's sister. And on our way back, we was at the light, like right by Seton Hall. You know that corner, right on Seton Hall and Ward, like on South Orange Avenue, right at the corners. And this cat was turning the corner, and he was like, "Yo, they was like, yo, they flagged us down. Like, yo, y'all people's getting jumped. Got jumped down at Memorial." So he's like, word. So then we left, and then the craziness is we rushing down there, and Tim get into a damn car accident. He hit a car or whatever. So it was like a little fender bender. But anyway, so we get down there, and they just like it was all over. Like him, I don't think Claude and none of them was even there. Claude and Fran and all of them, they was gone by the time we got down there. It was just like Ish and them. Ish and I think Alex and them was down there and told us that all these Vauxhall cats came down there and jumped them. They was trying to hold their own, but it was just, I mean, it's Claude. They said it was like Claude and my man Ahmad or whatever. They was like trying to hold it down, but it was just too many of them cats.
Story of the life, man. Them dudes feel like they live. I think that's the only place that they actually even go to do shit like that at, bro.
Nah, but you know what? On the other end, like my man hit me. Like, you know, we ain't really had cell phones back then, but he called me later on. My man from Vauxhall called me and told me like how it went down, and the dude ain't like how Claude was like talking to him and like treating him or whatever. So he bounced, and then they came back and did that. Like he was saying, like they wasn't really on no BS at first, but he went and got some cats to run down on them. But they was basically saying that they didn't instigate it. Like, you know, they trying to say that Claude was like trying to be the aggressor or whatever. But he knew he couldn't fight Claude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how old he was. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think Claude, we was out of high school then. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know if that cat was in high school. Like, I don't know how it was. You know what I'm saying? Because Claude was 2 years ahead of me, and I was out of high school.
Damn. That's crazy. I mean, like you said, man, I don't know. It just seems like everybody, like you said, it just has a hatred for dudes over here, man.
I mean, some of it's jealousy. Like people, like that's what anything like jokers from that don't feel they as privileged as you hate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I never felt like I was privileged being up here. You know what I'm saying? Some people, but outside in, like if I was down the hill looking at cats living up there, I was like, damn, they live good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you don't really know the story. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, some dudes do. You know, in some dudes is you know what I mean, just happen to live in Maplewood. It's not even like, you know what I mean?
No, that's a fact. But the thing is, bro, it be some dudes from Maplewood that just act so unnecessary. Like, come on, bro. Like, relax. But you
Yeah.
kind of feel like you got to stick your chest out because you don't want to be violated. But if you act like that to somebody that's really there or whatever, they see right through it. You know what I'm saying? So you just look even more foolish.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely, man. I know, like you said, there's a lot of stories. I remember there was you in high school with what was it like? think there was a gang called OPE.
I heard of them. They was what it stood for?
I think it was like official pussy eaters or some dumb shit like that.
I don't know. Nah,
I
it was
remember it was
something.
in
But I
South.
thought it was. Nah, it was something. I think it was, but it was like some cats from Irvington or something. I forget what it was, but nah, they was when I was in there. It was they did this thing called Dark Side. These cats. Then it was like the borderline, the cats that was on the borderline, like South Orange and North over there.
I think those are the dudes that we talking about. They used to be with Darkseid, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they used to beef with them cats. And that's what I mean. Like, that's why I just stayed out the way, because I used to catch the 31 coming back up the hill, whatever. And I was cool with the cats from Dark Side. I ain't really know the people from, the borderline like that. I knew some of them, but it wasn't like that. And I used to get dropped off at the bus stop right there. You know what I'm saying? I used to have to walk up the hill. Like, sometimes it ain't go all the way up. It stopped at the boiling entrance. One of the 31 stopped there in North and then turn around and go back down South Orange Ave. Some of them don't go all the way up South Orange Ave. So I would stop there, have to walk home, you know what I'm saying? But that's why it was good that I wasn't like involved in all that stuff. But they used to get it in though. Like that, it was like they hated each other. They had a couple fights at Memorial.
At Memorial?
Yeah, they had some nasty fights at Memorial.
Wow. Yeah, I never even heard about that type of stuff. That's crazy. Yeah. I remember. I do know. Who was that? I think they was talking about. I think them South Orange dudes talking about this dude in there and like Ryan Scott or something like that.
I heard the name. Yeah. He was younger though, but he was younger. I heard the name though. Brian's. I heard it's something Scott. I heard the name though. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I hear. But and that kind of like sparked. I don't know if that started with them, but that sparked off a long feud between like Maplewood and South Orange. Between like
that joint be ridiculous, man. Like if it was really like that, man, you wouldn't be able to walk past a cat in the hallway without doing something. You know what I'm saying? What you want to schedule when you're gonna beef with somebody?
Send period, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get it popping. Until then, you know what I'm saying? Help me my homework, and then we're gonna go back.
Yeah, like that's why I stayed out of that, man. Because like I honestly was scared, like, to get into something up there, because I didn't know what would happen to the cats that I was beefing with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah, most definitely, man. It's crazy, but good looking, man. We gotta have like a part 2 to this or something, because I want to.
Yeah, we gotta have part 2, man. But I don't know, man. Them names that I seen, like, I can't see none of them messing with Yvonne. The only person that I would say on that list that probably, because I don't know some of them, but Henry Fun, he was nice. Henry Fun, he was legit. Like, he could shoot, he could dribble, he could score. He was nice, but I don't think he had the grades to play like that. You know what I'm saying? But he put in work when he was in the game. Like Henry Fun, then he transferred down south. But he was nice.
You ever play against him?
Yeah, we played against him all the time. He was a year ahead of me. But yeah, we used to play against him all the time. He nice.
Was he from Maplewood, South Orange? He came from somewhere else?
He used to live on the 3rd Street. 3rd Street in South Orange. Yeah, he was from over there with them cats. He was nice though. Okay. Like he was like a cat that you could see, like, you would have thought would go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? He was probably like 6'2", 6'3". He could shoot his ass off, dribble. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Okay. That's you. What?
So, but any of them other cats, like I don't know. I couldn't see most of them cats playing on the next level, and like them cats played on the next level. Franny could have went far, like you know what I'm saying, because he went to like a JUCO. I think he went to the same JUCO as Steve Francis. I think him and Steve Francis was on the same team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Franny was tough, man. Like there ain't no doubt about that. Like you know what I'm saying. But I don't know what happened with him down there. You know what I'm saying, but. Yeah, I think they was ranked that whatever JUCO he was on. I think they was like ranked in the nation or something. But
Oh
I don't
word.
know what. Hell yeah! I mean, you got Steve Francis on the team. You know what I'm saying? but yeah,
Yeah, man. You know, it's a lot of unfortunately, man. You know what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that went through Columbia that could have went further than what they actually did. But circumstances always got to work themselves out perfect for something to be right.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For some reason, I don't know, but one thing I didn't hear you bring up though that everybody else brought up was Howard.
I ain't really know Howard like that. Like I seen him like at the courts a couple times. I might have caught one game, but I don't know. I mean, I wasn't that impressed with him. To say the truth. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He could
some of the
shoot.
stories
From
I'm
what I
hearing
seen,
from.
he just seemed like he was one of them cats that I just took like, you the nicest on this team, so you could put up 40 shots if you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean the stories I'm hearing from Omar and them is like legendary stories, bro. Like I'm hearing Dez and all these dudes are telling me like this guy is dunking, doing 360s in seventh grade. You know what I'm saying? Eighth grade dunking. Went to St. Patrick's, was like the sixth man, came back here and like you know what I mean. So it's just I would I would actually like to you know dig up on that a little bit because his name is coming up a lot. He was in
Yeah,
maybe like
he probably was. Like, but who you like? How many dunks? I think maybe my year, maybe Drew. Drew was probably the only person that really caught dunks my senior year. I think Franny might have caught one, but Drew was the only one that I could remember catching the dunk in the game. You know what I'm saying?
I was at a game when he caught it dunk. It's crazy.
Like
So he
but look, all the years, all 3 years, like that's the only person that I could remember dunking. So can you imagine like if Columbia had somebody that was dunking? Like we was getting dunked on. You know what I'm saying?
I heard dude who I coached with, Dre High, I heard he had an older brother that went to Seton Hall Prep.
Yeah. His brother was tough too. His
Yeah.
brother was tough. Yeah.
Was he better than like Fran and them or
I mean, it's hard to say. Like, look, Seton Hall will have anybody looking better than somebody. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And that got a lot to do with coaching too. Like, if you put people in good positions, like you know what I'm saying, jokers look nice coming off them screens or something. You know what I'm saying? So, or
yeah.
catch you off
Didn't he catch a
balance and
dunk on
hit you with
somebody
something.
from Columbia, if I'm not mistaken?
He might have. He might have. He was nice though. He was cool too. Like he was like real. Like he had some rhythm with him. You know what I'm saying? He was nice. And we used to play against him up at Livingston a lot. Like he was tough.
He talks a lot of shit.
Well,
Remember,
he ain't talk shit to us.
he did to me.
Oh
I
yeah.
fell into it with this dude, man. Apparently, in Livingston, as a matter of fact. And this must have been when he was washed up because he wasn't that good. But I mean, we was playing and he just kept, I don't know, man. We just kept talking. And then I don't even know how he even found out I played for Columbia or whatever the case may be, because it ended up getting to Fran. friend ended up coming to me with something like that because I didn't really think it was that serious, but I guess I don't know. So his friend comes up to me and was like, "Yo, man, you was talking to Dre High, the older Dre High?" I'm like, I had to think about it because it wasn't really that serious to me, but I'm like, "Yeah, man, this dude was so crazy. He was up there." It's like, "Yeah, man, he came to me. He's like, yo, he came to me. It's like, yo, who is this kid talking shit like this?" I had to, like, yo, because I had to tell him, man, my little brother was busting all y'all asses. I'm like, y'all, he didn't say that to me, but he did. I
Mm.
probably would shut up. But I didn't know that was Dre Howe's older brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he was talking crazy, reckless.
Oh yeah, nah, I don't remember. Nah, he was cool with us. He was cool that I remember. You know what I'm saying?
Up
I
in
mean,
Livingston, who like when you went up there, where were the majority of the people coming from?
um, I think a lot of people from Orange was going up there. A
Okay.
lot of people from Orange, and because KG and all of them used to come up there too, from Naughty by Nature, and
Right.
but it was people from North coming up there too. Like there was people from all over, but really Orange, and then there was a lot of cats from like Seton Hall and all of them. They used to come up there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know like the crazy thing about playing up there is they play by like twos, like the threes count as twos,
Yeah,
right? It was always
yeah,
like that.
yeah. It was always like that.
That was weird.
Yeah, I like it better like that. It get the games over faster.
Yeah, and you can make them.
Cause you gotta think back then too. Like it ain't like now where everybody and their mama shoot threes. It was really people that deserved to be shooting threes, shot threes. You know what I'm saying? So that joint was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like the whole mentality, like even eras, like if I think if we came up in this era now, we would have shined more. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But it wasn't like you got to think like when I was in high school, that was like pre-Iverson. You know what I'm saying? Like once Iverson really took off, that's when every coach was letting their guards go free. You know what I'm saying?
I tell people all the time, man. This is when I was playing basketball, so I'm coming up playing basketball, and that I when I pre-Iverson, I know first of all playing defense was a lot easier. Number one. Number two, I mean, once that crossover came out, I don't know, something about niggas in the hood that got that shit, bro. They knew how to do that shit perfectly, and it was. I don't know if crossovers change now or nowadays, but that before would like create so much space for you. Like even if you look at like if you look like the way Steph Curry or the way James Harden they cross people, it don't impress me as much because they don't create as much space as he did. Like he would be over
Yeah.
here by the time he's done your crossover, and you be turned around, probably looking at the basket
Hell yeah.
over there. Like you know what I'm saying?
Heck
Gangs
yeah.
made a living off doing that shit to white people.
Word up.
I say that because he really wasn't privy to none of that shit. So when we used to play them, he used to be making things look crazy. Like there's no defense for that shit when you never seen it before.
Yeah.
That's
No,
how
that's a
I learned how to
fact.
play defense. Like I learned how to play defense playing not to get crossed.
Gotcha.
So I mean, because I was quicker back in the day, like I would literally wait for the cross, and if I see you wasn't gonna cross, then I try to run back and beat you to the spot. I try to bump
Mm-hmm.
you a little bit, and then sprint to the spot and beat you there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I'm playing not to get crossed though. I'm waiting for the crossover. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when people did that shit, I was staying right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Like if we had the freedom, that's why I never really felt comfortable at Columbia because like I was always timid because he wasn't about like that stuff. It was like dribbling like freaking Bob Cousy for the most part. Until certain games, it was like he lose. like Bailey would loosen up too. You know what I'm saying? But like a lot of that stuff, it was like that's what I mean. When I got to college and then like the coach like let me go, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I wish like I always say I wish I had another year because I was always a year ahead anyway. You know what I'm saying? Damn, hold on. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody was calling me. But yeah, man. Oh, my bad. Doug was on our team too. Doug Thompson.
Okay, yeah. Explain a little bit about him because I used to hear about him too because he had like he had bounce or something, right?
Yeah, yeah. Damn. Somebody keep my son keep calling me. Nah, Doug was all right, man. Yeah, he had bounce, and the best thing that happened to him is he broke his hand because he was all right hand at first, but he broke his right hand at the park, reaching in. So like next thing you know, like all he had was his left to work on. So when he came back, he was like doing everything with both hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Doug got tough after that. And like I said, the one time I came back to Columbia, I was working out with them. Like after I graduated, I came back before I was leaving school or whatever, and I saw him. I was like, damn, you got nice as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, he was what you said 2 years behind you or something.
Nah, he was a year back of me.
Okay.
But I think he's actually older than me. That's what I mean. Like, I think he's older than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I technically was supposed to be a junior. I graduated when I was 17.
Did you get a lot of burn on that team? Your senior year?
Yeah, I think Doug got burned my senior year. Yeah. Yeah, I think. Damn, hold on real quick, bro. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think Fresh got some burn. I'm sure he did. He was nice enough to, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, he was nice enough to whether Belly put him in the game or not. That's
Was he
another
like
story.
6'4" though or 6'3"?
Yeah, Doug like 6'3".
Okay, yes, yeah. Oh, see, I was getting killed on the boards with him in there.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know. I can't remember him being in the game like that. But I know he was on the team.
Yeah, Billy's philosophy.
Cause Spoon was there. I don't know if you heard of Steve Witherspoon.
Crazy dude, wasn't he?
Huh?
Man, big, right? Like man,
Yeah,
bulk.
tall cat. Yeah, Spoon. He was good, but
Yeah, I used to
him
hear
and Maurice, him and Mo Hunter was like the same year, I think.
I used to hear stories about police coming to practice looking for that guy.
Oh, that's probably after I left. That's probably after I left. Because Spoon was real cool. He was a humble, cool cat. He was a quiet cat. Like he cracked jokes and stuff, but all that other stuff, it probably happened like after I left.
I think he was part of that clique that we was talking about, that OPE.
Now Spoon, if we talking about the same Steve Witherspoon, he was with Third Street. He was with the Third Street cats.
Yeah, wasn't that them?
Unless they changed their name to OPE, I'm not sure.
Church Street. That's what they call it. Church Street, right?
Third Street, yeah. Yeah, third and church. So church and third.
Oh, yeah, I thought so.
So I don't know. People might have changed over the summer. I don't know. But he was cool. He was just a cool cat to me.
How tall was he?
He was like 6'5".
Did he get a lot of playing time or
But
no?
he was young, yeah, but he was young too, you know what I'm saying? So he's like 6'5", just getting into the swing of things. So it wasn't like I don't really think he probably wasn't ready for like that varsity speed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he was tough though. Like I know I wanted him. Like I always one of like the big men, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because I'd rather get an assist than score. Tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. You know what I mean? It was nice talking to you, bro. Always, you know what I'm saying? We gotta do part two. You gotta be like my regular, like that dude, like Lord Jamar on Black TV or something. That's what people talking about. Because, you know, I talk to you all the time or whatever, and we was probably on here like 2 hours, and I ain't probably didn't get to half the shit I really wanted to even ask you.
Oh, all right,
You know?
yeah.
So I'm gonna try
Whatever,
to
bro.
have you on again like next week. I want to have you on definitely. I'm gonna have you on like a special edition to after Holmes comes on, because I want to hear a lot of, you know what I mean, what he says. I want to hear a lot of your opinion on some of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So, it's different sometimes hearing something from a coach and then hearing it from the players. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But tomorrow I got Justin Martin coming on.
Oh, yeah?
Possibly with Max. I don't know. I
Oh,
got
you said, and Max said he think he better than Justin?
Justin. Yeah, he said he thought he was better than Yvonne and Jamil. Remember he was
Oh, Max? I didn't read it. I think you just told me about
yeah,
it.
he just jumped in. It's like, yo, man, I got sliding on
I
that top
mean,
three.
you supposed to think you are, but I don't know.
I'm a realist. I know who I was better than. I'm a realist. I know exactly who I was better than.
Yeah, I mean,
And I know who I'm not better than.
yeah, I get you.
Self-awareness, my brother.
I mean, it's hard for him to say that. Well, I don't know how you could say that about Jabil and Yvonne, but I could see him saying that about Justin, but I don't see how he could say it
Well, no,
about.
he didn't say nothing about Justin. Justin wasn't mentioned. It was Desmond, Jamil, and I think what got a lot of people is that Rodney said, Rakai, sorry, said that it wasn't close. It rubbed a lot
What
of people the
wasn't
wrong
close?
way. Huh? He said the top three is Jamil and Yvonne, and he said, and the best is Jamil, and it's not even close.
Yeah, but why do you get mad at his opinion though? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? That'd be the funny part. Like, this is his opinion.
Yeah, man.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, between Max and Jamil, right? If 50 coaches saw both of them play, right? How many people will pick Max over Jamil?
Maybe when he saw him that one game, Max
Okay,
got hot.
like,
So let me stop.
so, nah. So look, that's the question. Look, that's the question you ask Max. Like, you know what I'm saying? If 50 coaches was right there and saw y'all play or whatever, right? You took your best 5 games and you take Jamil's best 5 games, and the coach break down the game. How many coaches would pick you over Jamil?
Yeah, right.
And you could pick the 5 games that you think was your best. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm definitely with you, man. Like, I mean, Jamil is kind of tough.
And
It's
Max is
hard.
tough.
It's hard because Jamil not only has, man, he has the stats to go along with what you saw with your eyes. Like, you were seeing some shit. I remember him hitting these game winners, bro. I saw him hit 2 game winners where he just held the ball man to man, son. 5 seconds left. Wait until 5 seconds left. Did his thing, crossed over, pulled up, game over. Like, I've seen him do that twice, man. I've seen him in the county champ. I've seen him take a team to the county championship, upset 2 teams that was ranked ahead of him because they just couldn't stop Jamil. And I don't even think he was scoring. Like, yo, he was
But
just breaking traps
look,
by himself.
but that's what it is right there. Like I said, man, like, I was always taught, if you can't get somebody else a bucket, you that nice. You know what I'm saying? He could get somebody else a bucket. Max can't get nobody else a bucket.
Yeah. I mean, he had a couple
Most
missions.
most of Mac's assists probably came because he had no choice and he had to pass it, and the Joker was wide open. That's the difference. Jamil probably knew as soon as I get past this cat, he's going to be open layup. You know what I'm saying? Max
Yeah.
was thinking score. I ain't got no choice. I got to drop this off to him so he can score.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I've seen him do it. Like I've seen teams that just couldn't stop this kid, man. Like it was a pleasure. It was like yo, you know when you're seeing something that like you know what I mean. You know when you're seeing something special. You know when you're seeing something that I know I've seen something I've never seen before. Like it was just. It was like a pleasure to watch, man. It was like, yo, but you know those players that you can't tell nothing to. Like I would have him, I would see the coach literally just call him over sometimes, just talking, like just talking. But it was like he felt like, damn, I could tell him something, but what I'm gonna tell him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm gonna tell this guy that's gonna make him better? Is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know who Jamil, you know who he reminded me of, and this was a cat from my year, the cat Khalid. It's a small guard. Khalid, he played for Shabazz, my year, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamil reminded me of him. Control the floor, play D. You know what I'm saying? Could shoot when he wanted to. Could finish. Could really get up, hang time in the air. And you would look at Jamil and wouldn't think he'd be able to jump, like you know what I'm saying? But he'd get off the ground too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Khalid was like that, like real clever with the basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's who I when I saw him, I was like, damn man, you remind me of like Khalid, man.
Yeah, he was. It was like a pleasure to watch. So I can't front. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
never really even remember him having an off game. You know what I'm saying? The best thing that a team can do is zone you up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He could shoot. He started hitting from deep too, but you know what I mean? That's the best thing you can do because we've lost a couple games and they zone. All the games I remember us losing with him on the team, they zoned us. Like Union zoned him. Like force somebody else to make plays. Like, cause you know, in the zone, you can put somebody, he can break down the zone, but if he kicks it out, he's gonna have to kick it out to a shooter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's different than getting somebody a layup.
Yeah,
Getting
true.
some open shot, you got to be capable of knocking that shit down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's the best thing you can do is like, listen, we're gonna zone you up. If somebody that we never heard of starts shooting threes and knocking them down, then so be it. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's crazy. But I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop this
bro.
recording. Damn. The fuck?
Were you trying to stop it?
Yeah. I guess you can't stop it.